Hello, guys. We created a number of social pages today, and we are not going to lie to you. It's being tough, all right? We have zero following base, and the challenge is to manage all these social media infrastructure and be motivated to build that foundation. We have submitted our campaign page, our pre-launch page, in a number of Facebook groups. We have followed about 35 people on Twitter. Considering creating an Instagram account, we are posting sentences every day, and we have cutted the promotion, the paid promotion. And it really looks hard, all right? We see all the people posting stuff every day on the Facebook groups, people that really for weeks post every day. And it's easy for us to see that we are in war mode. This is war. And we saw some cool projects grinding, but they post and don't have too many likes on those Facebook groups. But then they already have a large following base in other social media like Instagram, and these people is working for who knows what time. Who knows for how many time they are working to build their following base, and that's something that shook us. It shook us. We didn't expect it. It was this art, and I know it's funny. We are just getting started. We are still creating our social media, but we are already finding it difficult and challenging, right? From both technical level and emotional level, because at the moment we have no feedback from Kickstarter. If anyone follows our page, we have no feedback. If we and that's a point. From engagement, we also don't have any kind of feedback because we stopped the advertising. Excuse me. Twitter is we get some followings, only 3, right? And that's mostly it, you know. That's mostly it. So we have 3 followers on Twitter. We have 1 like on Facebook. We have 0 subscribers on YouTube, and we have just posted our first video. And the thing that we see is that it is hard to grow, right? It is very hard to grow, and not that it is hard to grow, but for us, with our experiences, it's hard to think in a strategy that would bring us a fast growth. I think this is more accurate. It's not that the growth is difficult, but thinking in a strategy that will result in growth is difficult. And that uncertainty, those doubts are what are in a first instance killing our mood today. but we are fighters, and we will be here to fight. But we got to admit that our team was shook today by seeing that more work than expected might be needed, and we thought of just crack and just gave up and just launch the project and see how it goes. We thought on that for some milliseconds. We thought it, but we cut those thoughts, and we will continue because we are just getting started and we have to have patience. But at the same time, because we are professionals, we need to manage our time. So we think that for the next days, some of the most important things that we have to do are automate and create processes for the things that we have to do every day. Do we have to post a sentence every day? Do we have to post a video every day? Do we have to follow X number of people every day? Whatever it is that we should do, that we need to do, it should be easy, straightforward, and a process that would be easy to follow. I would say that. And thinking in such a process might be a hurdle in the beginning, but when that process is done, we probably can do it, and it will be easier, and we don't have to worry too much about it, hopefully. Right? It would be just something that would be compounding over time. So this is some of the ideas that we have at the moment. And besides that, we also found people that don't use a pre-launch page, Kickstarter Prelaunch page. Probably because if they use that, they lost the opportunity of creating a backer list. And for that reason, when they do a second launch, it will be hard again. And I think the people that don't use the Kickstarter pre-launch page just thinks that they will not direct their marketing efforts to Kickstarter page, because that will make them lose money on a second time. If they have a second project, they have to do all again to reach those same persons, those same people, instead of just eating them and leveraging the trust that they have created. And I think that makes sense. I think that may make me create a landing page by my own to collect the leads, and if it's cheap, of course, and just have things rolling. But once again, it can take much more time than I expect, It can take much more time than I am expecting. And when I say this, I say that like we might delay this launch in 1 year, in 1 year, because other way we will not meet our goals. And the amount of effort that I'm doing for the project today is not sustainable. The amount of effort that I'm doing today to raise the numbers is something that I cannot take in my life. for a long period of time. So there is a number of optimizations that need to be done, and then as the strategy gets stronger, hopefully things will become easier and the results we are getting will improve. But we got some cool directions for today. We will collect the emails by our own, and sooner or later we will stop the Kickstarter pre-launch page, and we will continue and trying to make a more efficient workflow. Thanks for listening, guys. See you next time.